You know exactly how this goes because you've lived it. You walk into the electronics store. Your current phone works perfectly fine. Maybe the battery drains a bit faster than it used to. Maybe there's a small crack in the corner of the screen. Nothing serious. But somehow you convince yourself this upgrade is necessary. It's a productivity investment, right? A tool for work. So you hand over $1,200 for the latest flagship model. You walk out feeling accomplished, successful even. But then you sit in your car and really look at this thing. It's gorgeous, sleek, futuristic engineering in the palm of your hand. And suddenly your old charging cable, the frayed one you've had for 3 years, looks absolutely pathetic next to it. It feels almost disrespectful to plug this technological masterpiece into a gas station cable. So you buy the premium wireless charger. That's $45. You get home and set the phone on your nightstand. But wait, that cheap plastic case you transferred over? It looks absurd wrapped around this premium device. You need something that matches. The leather case. That's $65. Then you realize your old wired earbuds don't even connect properly anymore. You need the wireless ones to get the full experience. That's another $250. Within 48 hours, your $1,200 purchase has quietly ballooned into $1,560. And here's the thing, you barely noticed it happening. Each additional purchase felt logical, necessary even. This isn't just poor financial discipline. This is a psychological chain reaction that has destroyed more personal fortunes than any stock market crash. It explains why lottery winners so often end up bankrupt, why buying your dream home can spiral into financial disaster, why that one nice thing never stays one thing. It's called the Diderot Effect. Hey, I'm Joni, and on this channel, we dig into the invisible forces that keep us financially stuck. Most people believe they buy things because they genuinely need them. Today, I'm going to demonstrate that you actually buy things because your other possessions are demanding them. If you want to break free from this spending spiral and actually hold on to the money you earn, hit that subscribe button and stick around, because this story starts with a French philosopher who lost everything over a bathrobe. To understand why you can't seem to stop spending, we need to travel back to France in 1665. Meet Denis Diderot, brilliant philosopher, co-creator of the encyclopedia, one of the great minds of the Enlightenment. But despite his intellectual fame, Diderot was perpetually broke. He lived simply: old clothes, worn rugs, a rickety wooden chair, and a dusty study. And honestly, he was content. He didn't feel deprived. He felt comfortable in his modest existence. Then everything shifted. Catherine the Great, Empress of Russia, heard about Diderot's financial struggles. Being an admirer of his philosophical work, she made him an extraordinary offer. She would purchase his entire library for a substantial sum, roughly equivalent to $50,000 today, while allowing him to keep the actual books. Overnight, Diderot had money, real money. So what did he do? Exactly what any of us would do. He treated himself. He purchased a beautiful scarlet dressing gown, a luxurious robe fit for royalty. He brought it home, slipped it on, and admired himself in the mirror. He felt elegant, wealthy, transformed. But as he sat down at his writing desk, something began bothering him. The robe was magnificent, yes, but his desk was scratched, stained with ink, practically rotting. The contrast was jarring. The desk didn't deserve to share space with this elegant garment. So he replaced the desk. Beautiful mahogany. Perfect. He sat down again. Now the robe and desk looked wonderful together. But glancing at the floor, he noticed his threadbare rug looked like a rag compared to the gleaming mahogany. It was insulting to the room. So he bought an expensive rug. You can predict what happened next. The rug exposed the cheapness of the curtains. He replaced them. The new curtains made the chair look like firewood. He bought a leather armchair. Then new paintings, sculptures, mirrors. He spent months obsessing over achieving visual unity in his room, systematically replacing every single object he owned until everything matched the quality of that original scarlet robe. And at the end of this transformation, Denis Diderot was completely broke again. He later wrote a famous essay titled "Regrets on Parting with My Old Dressing Gown." In it, he penned this haunting observation: "I was the absolute master of my old dressing gown, but I had become a slave to my new one." This is the Diderot effect. The introduction of a new possession into your life will often trigger a spiral of additional consumption. We believe we own our possessions. In reality, our possessions own us. Now, you might be thinking, interesting historical anecdote, but I don't wear scarlet robes. How does an 18th century philosopher's spending problem apply to my life? It applies every single day. And here's what's alarming. The Diderot Effect is actually more dangerous today than it was in 1765. Modern marketing is specifically engineered to trigger it with surgical precision. Let me walk you through what I call the fitness identity spiral. You decide to finally commit to getting in shape. You purchase a high-end exercise bike, major investment, maybe $1,500. You tell yourself this is a health investment, it'll pay for itself. But when the bike arrives and you set it up in your living room, you realize something uncomfortable. You can't ride this premium machine wearing your ratty college t-shirt and those gym shorts from a decade ago. You don't look like the instructors on the screen. You don't feel like the person who owns this bike. So you buy proper cycling shoes, $150. Then moisture-wicking compression shorts, $85. Then the branded performance tank top, $55. Then you notice the bike looks cluttered and out of place in your messy living room. You need to create a proper workout zone. You buy a yoga mat, some dumbbells, maybe a larger TV to better display the workout classes. Suddenly, you haven't just bought an exercise bike, you've purchased an entire identity. This reveals the core psychology driving the Diderot Effect: identity consistency. As humans, we're hardwired to crave coherence. We want our external environment to match our internal self-image. When you buy a luxury vehicle, a designer accessory, an upscale piece of furniture, you're not just buying an object, you're upgrading your identity. If you see yourself as a practical sedan person, you're comfortable in casual clothes, eating at regular restaurants, living a modest lifestyle. Everything feels coherent. But if you stretch your budget to buy a luxury sports car, you fundamentally shifted your self-concept. You're now a luxury car person. And luxury car people don't wear scratched sunglasses. They don't have budget furniture. They don't use chipped dinnerware. The car becomes what I call an anchor item. It establishes a new baseline for your entire existence. Every other item in your life that falls below that baseline creates psychological tension, cognitive dissonance. It feels wrong. To relieve that discomfort, you upgrade everything else. The car demands a better wardrobe. The wardrobe demands upgraded social venues. The venues demand better luggage for the trips. The trips demand accommodation that matches your new status. You're not spending money because you want to. You're spending money to maintain coherence in your personal narrative. This is exactly why the fake-it-till-you-make-it mentality is financially toxic. If you fake it by purchasing a luxury watch before you can genuinely afford that lifestyle, the watch is going to demand a suit, a car, and restaurant tabs that will systematically bankrupt you. Let me break down what I call chain reaction cost calculation. Most people evaluate purchases in isolation. They look at the price tag and ask, can I afford this $500 item? This is fundamentally the wrong framework. You need to calculate the complete chain reaction cost. Consider the classic example, kitchen renovation. You decide to upgrade your kitchen. You budget $10,000 for beautiful new cabinets. Seems reasonable and contained. But once those sleek, modern cabinets are installed, your 10-year-old refrigerator with its slightly yellowed exterior looks absolutely disgusting. Functionally, it works perfectly, but visually, it clashes. It breaks the new aesthetic. So you buy $2,200 on stainless steel refrigerator. Now the cabinets and fridge are cohesive, sleek, modern, unified. But looking down, your vinyl flooring looks cheap and dated. The contrast becomes unbearable. So you replace the floor with hardwood. That's $5,500. Now the kitchen is genuinely stunning, magazine-worthy. But it's an open floor plan. Standing in your beautiful new kitchen, you can see directly into the living room. And the living room now looks like a neglected afterthought. The brown sofa appears sad. The wall color seems dull. The kitchen renovation has leaked into adjacent spaces. You end up repainting the entire first floor, buying a new sectional, replacing the coffee table. Final cost? Not $10,000, closer to $38,000. Those $10,000 cabinets were the scarlet robe,
They were the anchor that made everything else appear inadequate. Here's the critical insight. If you kept the old cabinets, you never would have noticed the floor. You never would have been bothered by the refrigerator. You were perfectly content with them before. The upgrade itself manufactured the dissatisfaction.
This brings us to a genuinely uncomfortable realization. Upgrades are often downgrades in disguise. When Diderot had his old robe, he didn't worry about ink stains. He'd use it to wipe his pen. It was functional. He was its master. It served him without demanding anything in return. When he acquired the new robe, he became terrified of damaging it. He grew stiff, careful, constrained. He lost his freedom. The same pattern plays out in our lives constantly. When you buy an expensive white sofa, you stop letting friends drink red wine in the living room. You stop letting the dog jump up. You stop actually living in their living room because you're too busy protecting the object. You become a museum curator rather than a home resident. You're servicing your possessions instead of your possessions serving you. So how do we escape this pattern? How do we break a psychological mechanism that seems hardwired into human nature? We can't realistically live in empty spaces and never own anything nice. That's not the answer. But we can build strategic defenses against the spiral. Here's my three-part framework for neutralizing the Diderot effect. Defense 1. Predict the chain reaction. Before purchasing any upgrade item, a new vehicle, a gaming console, a piece of furniture, professional attire, you must pause and honestly ask, what else will this item demand from me? If you buy the new gaming system, will it demand a better television to properly display the graphics? An additional controller for guests? A subscription service for online features? Better speakers? Write down the complete system cost, not just the isolated item cost. If the console is $500, but the realistic system cost is $1,400, can you genuinely afford $1,400? If the answer is no, do not purchase the anchor item. You're inviting a vampire into your house, something that will systematically drain your resources once it crosses the threshold. Defense 2. The one-in, one-out rule. The Diderot effect feeds on accumulation. We add new possessions but keep everything we already own, then scramble to make everything match. You need to cap your inventory. If you buy new sneakers, an old pair must leave your home. Donate them, sell them, dispose of them. If you buy a new kitchen appliance, the old one goes. This practice forces you to actually value what you currently possess. It prevents you from building a monument to consumption. It keeps you in the mindset of a user rather than a collector. Defense 3. Practice strategic downgrading. This is the powerful option. Sometimes the only way to reset your baseline is to deliberately downgrade a visible element of your life. Drive a slightly older vehicle than you could technically afford. Wear a watch that's simple and functional rather than impressive. Keep your phone for an extra year. When your anchor items are humble, you feel zero pressure to upgrade everything else. If you drive a practical, older vehicle, nobody, including yourself, expects you to wear designer suits. You have freedom. You can dress casually. You can eat messily in your car. You can live without performing. By keeping your status symbols modest, you lower the required maintenance cost of your entire lifestyle. You create what I call a low-maintenance identity. And let me tell you something. A low-maintenance identity is the most valuable financial asset you can possess. It allows you to accumulate wealth while everyone around you is busy curating their personal museums. Look, there's nothing inherently wrong with quality possessions. I appreciate nice things. But you have to understand the game being played. Consumer culture is architecturally designed to make you feel incomplete. It's engineered to make you believe you're perpetually one purchase away from satisfaction. But Diderot taught us the truth 3 centuries ago. That one purchase doesn't complete the puzzle. It scrambles the puzzle. It resets the entire board and forces you to start over. Don't become a slave to your robe. Become the master of your life. If this shifted how you think about spending, subscribe for more content that actually protects your financial future. And remember, don't buy the robe. See you next time.